Hello, good morning to every one of you. I believe we are all doing great and wonderful. Welcome to another morning broadcast as we journey to school. And I want to use this opportunity to thank everyone who is engaging on this page, everyone who is sharing the page, all these new, all those who are new here. Please, thank you so much for following the page and engaging with me. I believe you know already what we do here. I am a math teacher and I believe in financial freedom and I believe in everything that is good for other people as well. So I came to the United States as a teacher from Ghana, and this is not rocket science. And by the grace of God, last year, in fact, before then, we've been showing a lot of people the way. But last year, we decided to go public, show everyone the path that you need to take. And so that has been our journey so far. This page is not so old, it's a very young page, just a year old. And we are doing our best, we are trying our best to make sure we interact with our people because we've come to believe that coming to teach in the United States is not only about the coming. I've spoken to a lot of teachers, we've spoken to a lot of people who have traveled, and we realize that it's more of a mindset thing. So, as we prepare you to come, I also believe there are things that we need to talk about that will prepare your mind and understand some of these systems that are operating here. All right, because the operating systems are different. You are used to Windows 9 or Windows 8, and they are operating on Linux and Apple OS. So you need to understand what it takes, what is it, and how you can navigate and be successful in this system. Good morning, Karim. So I put together a webinar for teachers, especially those who have been approved and they know their schools, they know where they are going. If you are still in the process of doing your interviews, don't be scared. You will definitely join at any point in time. All right. So this webinar is coming off on 24th. That is Sunday, GMT, 6 p.m. GMT, and 2 p.m. Eastern time. That is those in the US. So if you know the time conversion, you can just go on Google, convert the time to know specifically what time it will be in your country. And I want everyone to be part of this webinar. I encourage you all to be part, especially those who are on the path to coming to the US. In fact, if you know any teacher from any of the agencies, I know TPG have platforms. I know AIG has put teachers on the platform. Share it there. Those teachers who are ready to learn beyond what your agencies will tell you. We are not going to give you only book or only paper orientation. We are going to give you the real deal, the raw orientation. Those are the things you need to hear. Those are the things you need to know in order to be prepared. So share the flyer to somebody. Let them scan the QR code, pay, and join the webinar. It's a very informative one and it's going to be very interactive. And we're going to give enough time for everyone to ask all the questions and all that you need to know. So that is just by the way. All right. So that off our table, let's go on and have the conversation. Stone, good morning as well from Abu Dhabi. This morning we are talking about the third habit. The third habit that successful people develop in order to do the things they are able to do. Okay? Yes, successful people, effective people, how they are able to navigate through the maze of this life. There are little habits, there are little things they do that puts them in that paddle, in that level. And those are the things I've been talking about. And I would like to share some of them with you as we go along. So on Monday, I shared the first habit of being proactive. And on Tuesday, I talked about beginning with the end in mind. And I said, those who begin with the end in mind always have an understanding of where they are going. And no matter what happens in between the journey, they are focused on the prize. You know, if you see a boxer who wins titles, if you look at Floyd Mayweather, he always sets his eyes on the prize. So no matter how he will do or what he will do to beat you, that is all his concern. He will make sure his eyes is on the prize, the money bag. That's why they call him the money man. Mm-hmm. And all he needs to do is to knock you out or to make sure that he beats you. That's it. Whatever people are saying, whatever, he doesn't care. That is the guy who is focused. Is that okay? Begin with the end in mind. And once you begin with the end in mind, anything that happens in between becomes a learning curve for you. But those who don't begin with the end in mind, you do whatever the weather tells you to do. When the weather is not good, you are not good. If the weather is good, you are good. You'll be blown away anyhow. So, okay, you link her to me. Let's see, she can join. Yes, she can join because look, the webinar is not only for those who are coming, but even those who are here. Trust me, it's a very important webinar because some of those who are here are still struggling. You know, they are still struggling. So share the flyer with her. Let her apply and join. All right, let us register and join, and she will learn a lot. And from that point, she'll even get to interact with a lot of people that will help her. You know, yeah. So today we'll be talking about the third habit of effective and successful people, and that third habit has to do with putting first things first. So yesterday we talked about beginning with the end in mind, and today we are saying if you are proactive, you are putting, you are having the end from the beginning. You must also put first things first. Putting first things first is all about management, personal management. Yeah. So this is going very straightforward. Personal management. How do you personal manage yourself? Do you personally manage yourself? Do you deal with the urgent things first or you deal with the important things first? I mean, there's no two ways about that. There's no rocket science with this. First things first. First things must be first. What do you deem as the first things? Things that are related to your progress, things that will propel you to the next level. Those are the first things you must put first. You cannot put them second. You know, whatever you need to do today, if you don't do it today, it becomes a burden on you tomorrow. Is that okay? If you put, if you are doing today's things tomorrow, you'll be doing tomorrow's things the next day, and the next day's things the next, and you have a lot of compounded issues or things to deal with. Do you understand? So Stephen Covey says you should always put first things first. And if you look at the time management metrics, I mean, some of you who have done management in school may have studied this or economics. If you look at the time management metrics. It's just like a four square, right? You have things that are very urgent things, like they need your attention, like that. Eh? Like notifications from Facebook. You see, some of you have notifications on your phone. So the moment it drops, you want to attend to it. You feel it's urgent. I heard somebody saying why the news companies call breaking news, because these are news that when you listen to them, it breaks you, right? So it is called breaking news, and it's like you must give urgent attention to it. All right, it demands your attention. Urgent things demand for your attention. Yes. And you guys, everyone can list the things that are screaming at you every day. There are things that scream at you that feel like they are very, very, very important. It seems like it is important. But most of the time, if you take your time, delay responding to them, you realize that it is not so important. There are friends that pretend to be very important. People will call you, they'll say, it's very urgent, please call me back. You will call, it is nothing. It is your responsibility as an effective person who is on a journey to as an effective person who is on a journey to success, to be able to decipher between things that are urgent and things that are very important for your attention. You don't just get up and respond to anything. No, you don't. You have to prioritize every little detail. Mhm. Yes. If today you have to go to town and you know that it's not that urgent, it's not life and death. If you don't go, nothing will happen to you. Don't go, put it away. If you have to do something that you feel this thing must be done, this thing, it's like it's screaming at you. Most of the time I tell people anytime something is screaming at you so much, be careful. Sit down, take your time, take a break, ask yourself, is this so important? Is this so very, very important? Or it's just an urgent thing? Most of us attend to urgent things as if they are very important, and they are not. Yes, and at the end of the day, you realize that, oh, it's not so important after all. Yes, it is just an urgent thing. Very urgent. It screams, it shouts at you. It's very loud. It's very bold in your face. Oh yes, and a lot of us know. In fact, if I want to mention examples, all of you will realize that, oh, you fall in this category. You fall in this category. How do you define what is important and what is urgent? It is your responsibility as a person to be able to define that. Emmanuel, good morning to you. Yes, a refreshing morning. Mm. Chloe, good morning to you as well. Hope, where have you been? Yes, at the end of the day, there are things that screams at you, and they made themselves they look so important. It's like, in quote, it feels or look important, but in reality, it is not. Mhm. So you must always be able to ask yourself, is it necessary for me to do this? There are things that can be very urgent, but they are not important. There are things that can be very urgent and at the same time they are very important. All right. So don't get me wrong. There are urgent things that can be very important. Oh, what's it? In the street. Put it on, okay? Have a good day. All right. So there are things that could be very important, right? But they may not be urgent. What you should be attending to is things that are very urgent and at the same time important. Things that will add up to your progress agenda. I know a lot of us are on a journey. A lot of us are yearning for success, yearning for fulfillment. On the journey to fulfillment, on the Abraham Maslow's chart, if you want to get to the top of the pyramid, there are things that you must consider. Javed, good morning. There are things that you must consider, and there are things that you must do. Some of these things may be important, but they are not urgent. Take it carefully. They are important, but they are not urgent. And they are not adding up to the progress that you must make. Mhm. Crisis meetings and a whole lot of things. Some problems that families will call you for. Some things that people will seek for your attention. They may look and they may seem very, very important, but they are not urgent. You can put them aside. Now, you must be, so draw, let's say a four square. Just draw two lines. One line here, and cross it, right? Like a cross. Then you see that at the top, you put urgent. The side you put important. On this box, it is not important. This one, it is not important and it is not urgent. So at the end of the day, when you do, I mean, if you don't want to create it yourself, you can actually go online and look at the time management matrix. It's a very nice, simple box. Then you will understand what I'm really talking about. You will come to that understanding that there are so many things that we do that we think it is very important to our agenda, but it is not. Is that okay? Some of us waste time on unproductive things that will not add up to anything that you are doing. You must be studying, you must be getting ready for an interview. Then your favorite how they call it, football team is playing. So you are torn between getting ready for your principal interview and watching Liverpool play. This team, wait, oh, which one? This one is very urgent because this one is a game, straightforward. This one is also important. Uh-huh. But you think, oh, it is 3 days time, so let me watch the football small. By the time you finish watching, your brain has gone back 4 times. Eh? Sometimes some of us we have to study the thing and study and study. When we were in school, that was one thing that was helping me. I realized and I noticed something about myself that I don't just look at the thing and it sticks. No, I have to go over it more than once. There are people that just see the thing and they got it. Yes, they walk among us. There are those that have to do it like twice. There are those that have to practice it for it to stick. There are those that have to do it like 5 times. So if you know you must learn the thing 5 times for it to stick, when those who can look at it once and they are done are playing, don't go and play. That is the thing. So when I see them play and they are fooling, I say, no, me, this is the time for me. I go over it, I practice it, I solve some questions, examples, I go over the notes. I'm like, okay, I'm okay now. After 3 days, I'm okay. But those people, they are after one day, they are good. After just one day, they are good. It is the danger of it. But a lot of us who are in the category of learn before you get, you want to play. And there's an adage they always say, they say monkeys play by sizes, right? And I say humans too, they play by sizes. If it's not your size, if it's not your koiko, if it's not the person you can deal with, don't go and play with them. Oh yes, wants and needs, it falls in that category. It falls in that category. And you as a person have to place the importance on these things. Is it very important? Is it something I need to do to add up to my progress? Look, for a long time, everyone knows that I support Liverpool since I understood football. From the day one that I understood football made in Germany, right? Then I began supporting Liverpool. Now, from the days of Owen and all I Wright and all those people, when we understood football very early. But trust me, at a point in my life, I put away watching Liverpool games. Because you see, when you are watching TV, it takes all your senses. You get it? It takes all your senses. You have to be watching and listening at the same time, and your brain is processing a lot of things. But I developed the habit of listening to the radio. So even when I'm on the go, I have my earpiece on, I can listen to the commentary. At least if they win, it's okay. But after all, that is not my family business. It is not my father's business. It is not my mother's business. So if it just gives me a little joy, to entertain myself. So why do I want to waste time, sit down, whilst I can be on the go? Because sometimes by the time they finish that 90 minutes, I finish washing them. The earpiece is my ear. I'm listening to the commentary. I'll be washing. I'll be doing other things. I'll be cooking. I'll be doing this. But if you want to sit down for 90 minutes, and if the game goes beyond 90 minutes, like how it went beyond 90 minutes recently, it means you have to stay beyond that 90 minutes in order to listen and to watch. Is that okay? Everyone's case is different, yes. Where you belong, you dance accordingly. The race is not for, I mean, we are not all running the same type of race. You are running sprint. I am running a marathon. The Yaya will be running, how do you call it? 200 meters, 100 meters. So at the end of the day, our attitudes, our behavior, and how we react to things will always be different. You understand? Will always be different. So you have to find your niche and program yourself in. So it was one thing that has always been helping me. All right, it was one thing that was always helping me, where I just listened to commentary and I felt that, oh, after all, I get the same effect. When I watch, I rather get angry. Hey, play the ball like this, do like this. But I realized that when I listen to the commentary whilst doing other things, okay, I can be mowing my house or the back of the house whilst I'm listening to commentary. By that time, I'm also getting something done. So you realize that the football game is not a life and death thing. It doesn't add up to my progress agenda. But at the end of the day, if I want to still be part of it and enjoy the euphoria that comes with it, I can still listen. And you know how these BBC commentators will give you the vivid picture as if you are on the field, you are even watching live. So I love listening to BBC commentaries. Oh yes, I don't listen to the local ones. No, the local ones are just noise. But you listen, they give you vivid picture. They paint the picture, and the vocabs they will use, the words they will use to describe the actions, gives you the mental picture of what is happening on the field. And it has helped me a lot. It has helped me a lot. So I was able to situate that thing. And up to now, even now, I have access to watch all their games non-stop. I still, unless I'm just lying in bed, I would rather prefer to monitor the game online, just looking at the scores, than just sitting down and watching. I have to define what is important and what is urgent to me. Okay, that game may seem very important. That game may seem, but it is not something I need to waste my time on. I can put it in the quarter or in the quadrant of not urgent things. In fact, they may not be even important. So when the thing is not urgent and at the same time it's not important, it's a waste of time. It's a big waste of time. Mm? Trivia things, activities that does not add anything to you. Television, like watching this game, playing game on the internet, gossips, like going online and kokonsa. Kokonsa. Those of you that can kokonsa is gossip. Little gossips. You call this. Have you heard? Have you heard? I've not heard anything. No. I've not heard. What is happening to my phone this morning? Okay. Have you heard? The moment somebody say, have you heard? Then you know that person come to waste your time. The person is in that last quadrant. It is not urgent. At the same time, it is not important. So it's going to waste your time. It can be important and at the same time urgent. Those are the ones you give attention to. If it's important and it's at the same time urgent, those are the ones you give attention to. But if it's urgent and it's not important, they are wasting your time. They are distractors. They are just taking you away from your destiny, from your plan, from your agenda. You are going to Canada. The things you are doing may be different from somebody who is going to Cotonou. You are traveling to Kenya. Your preparation, the way you do your things, what you need to do, the things you need to pack, even the time you need to put into it is different. Yaya is in school. The course Yaya is taking, when we were in school, sometimes they classify some of the courses as this one there is easy. This one you people can chill. But there are those who don't chill at all because their courses are so difficult. The sciences, you don't see them chilling. But whilst I was in school, the math department, we were the chilling squad. Because at the end of the day, math is math. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. So we will be celebrating. Then the sciences, they are in the room learning. You see the how they call it, the special education, they are learning. So if you are in school, Yaya, and Yaya is doing IT, and you are doing food and nutrition, I'm not downgrading any course, but trust me, there are courses that are not, you don't pay so much attention to it as the others. So our paths are different. At the end of the day, that person can never do things that you can do. They must not even do it because they have a different path. That is what we should come to. Oh, the internet is internet. Is it from my side or your side, Evelyn? So at the end of the day, you have to categorize all these things. Emmanuel says wants and needs. All right. Take your time as people on this Japa journey. Please take your time. Where am I going? I'm going to Switzerland. What are the processes? What are the demands? What are the orientations? What are the things that are required for me to go to Switzerland? I am going to Canada. You have to look for provincial attestation. You have to look for proof of funds. Proof of funds now the money is like 20,000. 20,000. You have to do that one. You have to look for this one. You have to go and bring your mother's picture. You have to bring your father's farming tools that he used in 1844. You have to do a lot of things. But somebody coming to, let's say, Malaysia, you just carry your passport. Oh yeah, you they go. Now you carry your passport. You go. So you see, if you are going to Canada and somebody's going to Malaysia and the person is chilling in town, not even bothered about proof of funds, not bothered about anything, and you guys want to move the same way, you are doomed. Yes, you are doomed. You are doomed. Stone says science. Stone is science, you. When the math students are chilling, the science students are in the room preparing for a quiz. Even on a Sunday morning, they are preparing for a test. Hey, Josh, good morning. Oh, everything from your side, eh? Good morning. I'm doing well. I'm just talking about the third habit, where you have to put first things first. Important things must come first. Josh, you cannot put it aside. You cannot tell me that you want to go and do any other thing when this webinar is coming on. Because you, Josh, you are on a different paddle. You are no more in the league of those who are seeking or applying to agencies. You have moved a step further beyond them. So at the end of the day, you have to prioritize and say, listen, this webinar will affect my life. It will change so many things. I need to attend this webinar. So you place that webinar in the box of very important and at the same time very urgent. So you can attend to it. On Sunday, I know people will be watching football. People will be watching Premiership. But you see, at the end of the day, you have to decide if you want to watch Premiership or you want to attend the webinar that will change your life. It is up to you. Is the thing screaming at you? The football game will be screaming at you. But you ask yourself, choose Champions League and my life progress. I have to attend this meeting. I have to make sure these calculations are done. This assignment must be submitted so that I can pass this course and move on with my life. And Champions League is also screaming at you. Karim Benzema is screaming at you. You will say, I'm happy. Then you are happy. At the end of the day, you go and watch, and you come back, and your assignment is not done. And you see, unfortunately, when you come to this part of the world, Canada, US, the assignments are timed. The lecturer will tell you by 11:59 p.m. you should have submitted. If not, 12 a.m. the submission window is closed. And if you miss it, some of the lecturers will not mind you. I have a friend who was taking a course in Tennessee. Look, when she misses the assignment window, you have to write letter, explain, send evidence that, oh, I was doing this, I did it, and take a screenshot. And by the time you finish explaining, and even after submission, you are going to lose marks, you are going to lose grade on the late submission. Yes, late submission, your grade drops. So if you were supposed to even get 100, even if everything is correct, now if it drops by even 10 marks, it means you are now getting 90. 90, not that you got anything wrong, but just because you submitted late. Thank you so much. God bless you as well, Isaac. So we need to put things that are first on the first agenda. If you wake up in the morning, whatever is on your agenda that must be attended to, you must do that one first before you attend to all the screaming urgent things that are calling for attention. Gossips, smoke concern, political shows that will not add money to you, that will not add any value to you as a person. That is what you are paying attention to, whilst you must listen to things that will develop your mind. Oh yes, I know a lot of people will not watch this video because they are listening to some political show. At the end of the day, these political shows do not affect me here. It does not affect you where you are going. Nothing. At the end of the day, they will not. Setting your priority right. Yes, that is essential. You have to set the priority. Put the top things at the top. All right? Put the top things at the top. And that is all I'm going to say this morning. Paul, thank you so much for bringing that point. It is setting your priority right. It's about priority. It's about self-management. It's about managing your time and apportioning it to the things that needed to be attended to. Is that okay? That is very, very important. As a man, there comes a time in your life when you need to outgrow certain trivialities. Once you hold on to too long, you are doomed. Thank you so much for that powerful message. You see, we love holding on to the old way of doing things. Yes, that is human. We love holding on to, clinging onto it. We just say we are so attached. I've gotten to a point in my life where I told all my friends and my wife, I told them, look, I am no more attached to any car. I'm no more attached to anything. Things that will not, give me any value. It gets to a point in your life where you detach yourself from so many things. At the end of the day, it gives you freedom. Freedom to think, freedom to do things, freedom to operate in a way that will make your life fulfilled. On the Abraham Maslow's chart pyramid, if you look at it, depending on where you are on that chart, depends on how you attend to things. Is that okay? Those at the top who are fulfilled, who have attained all everything and relaxing, it took them a lot of sacrifice to get there. They have to sacrifice certain trivialities, as Tony is saying. You have to outgrow it. They outgrow certain things before they got to that top. But we see them at the top and we are like, hey, this man has fulfilled life. Oh, hey, Charlie, they make count. This guy is making it. He's just donating money here and there. And look at them. Their dress is simple. You see Elon Musk, you see Bill Gates, they meet and it's just laughter, some small laughter, and they are wearing simple dresses, very basic, no chains. They are not showing blank. No. They have outgrown those things because the kind of assets they control, the kind of monetary values they control is more than the chains trying to portray it. You understand? Even sometimes you don't even own cars. Elon Musk has sold almost every house that he has. He doesn't own a house. Yes. And I want to get there one day. But you see, their faces. I will move to the phase of buying a house, buying the biggest house, buying the very big house, a ranch, and blah, blah, blah. Then I'll come back to all and I said, in fact, I don't need it anymore. That is how it is. But it doesn't mean you should also say, I'm not going to own a house. No, it depends on everyone. where you are at every stage of your life. If you have to outgrow certain things, look, you have to outgrow showing off. I mean, say you have money. You have to get to that point where you have it and you control it. You understand? There are, most of us are at different stages. It is not a sin. It is not wrong. You can do that, but you have to quickly get there so that you can manage yourself and make sure that you are progressing very successfully. Thank you so much, Zati. Thank you so much, Stone, for that powerful comment. And I think I'll end it here. My time is fast spent. And I want you to take time, sit down, list the things. Your plan is to make sure you are in Canada, you are in Portugal, you are in Italy, you are going to Germany next year. Your plan is that I will be in Switzerland by the close of the year. The plan is that I will be in South Africa, Namibia, doing this business by the close of the year. All right. What are the things that I need to do? What are the things that I have to prioritize? What are the things that I have to put first? First of all, you must be proactive. Then you must begin with the end in mind. And also, you must put first things first. Mukaila, trust me, wherever you find yourself, if you don't put first things first and you are doing yesterday, look, you are in today. If you are still doing yesterday's thing that you should have done, you are late already. If there are things you should have done 4 years ago and you didn't do it, you are going to pay for it because you are now going to do it. I've seen people now in their 50s going to get a degree because they put it out, they put it aside instead of doing it when they were young. Instead of doing it when people are saying it, hey, do this, so your mother is shouting on you, do this, so no, you are now going to do it. You see that you are very, very late in doing that particular thing. You are not late as in comparison to everybody, but you are late in doing that thing yourself. Yes, because you are in competition with yourself. Trust me, you are in competition with yourself, and you must attain certain level of progress, certain level of development at a certain time. But if you are now doing the things you have done, so Mukala will be in a class and you say, Mukala, learn, Mukala will not learn. Now Mukala will have to pay the price of the very things we were telling him at the very younger age to now do it. At this point, nobody can do it for you. It is only you who have to do it. All right? So I'll leave you here. Go and do the agenda. You want to travel to Kenya by the end of the year. You want to be in Kenya. You want to have a job in Kenya by the end of the year. The things you do, the things you practice, the list you have, how you do your things is different from everybody. It's different for somebody who's just going, leaving their home country to Nigeria. It's different for somebody who's going to Egypt. The visa requirements, the paper requirements, the things you must do, the job requirements, they are all different. So you must prioritize. Don't look at somebody's dance and say, I'm also dancing. Someone will be dancing Ashoke. Somebody will be dancing Adowa. Somebody will be dancing hip hop. You are not on the hip hop path. Don't go and dance to that tune. If you are on the R&B path, stay on the R&B path. Prioritize the things on the R&B path and move according to it. But if you want to, you are on the R&B path, you see somebody's dancing reggae. Reggae is good, oh. You are there. Hey, you see somebody dancing hip hop. Hey, hip hop is good, oh. You are being tossed by the waves. You'll be lost. You'll be lost, Afi. You'll be lost. So sit down, prioritize your things that are important. From today, tell yourself, I'm going to prioritize things that are important. I'm going to make sure that I'll do important things first. If somebody calls you and it is not important, it does not add up to your agenda, your growth agenda, your progress agenda, your money-making agenda, your business agenda, put it aside and tell them, all right, I hear, I'll call you back. Somebody calls you for money, it does not tie it to your, put them aside. You don't have to attend to every urgent thing. It's not every family member that calls you and you are screaming and running to them. No. Some of them, you have to put them at their right places. Some of them, you have to make sure you put them in a hierarchy. If I see the call from this person, no, I can attend to it later, maybe in 3 days' time. But if you want to be attending to everyone at the same time, my brother, my sister, they will call you from the village. Ah, that your uncle whose mother was your mother's sister's friend. Ah, he's there though. We need money. You'll be running helter skelter. No. That one is not important. It's not in my hierarchy. Don't let them guilt trip you into cultural hierarchy so that they think that they are so important. No, they are not so important. You will pay the price if you don't learn at the right time. A word to the wise is always in the north. I'll see you when I see you. Have a blessed day. Have a wonderful day. Stay out of trouble. Make sure you are registering for the webinar if you know you are coming to the US as a teacher. All right? And I'll see you when I see you. Have a wonderful day. And bye.